This is Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. My name is Joshua Ishaya. Welcome you to the program Back to Farm. For those of you who are tuning in for the very first time, Back to Farm is a program that tells you all you need to know about agriculture, be it on the field, be it the business of agriculture, be it the rudiments and new innovations when it comes to the world of agriculture. And today on the program happens to be quite interesting because I have my regular in the studio talking about the Vice President of All Farmers Association of Nigeria, talking about High Chief Daniel Okafor, KSMJP, who is, of course, a very regular person here on the platform. And, of course, welcome, Chief, to the program again.
Thank you, Joshua, for having me once again.
Well, today on the program is going to be quite off the field today, off the side of farming. We're just going to be talking about a very integral part of agricultural aspect, which is the DEX officers of commodity, or rather agricultural DEX officers to commodity association. We want to look at the roles of agricultural DEX officers to commodity association. Every department or every office in the agricultural chain has a responsibility as to this is what they are supposed to do to also contribute to the holistic efforts on making sure we're able to sustain ourselves as a nation. And the desk officers or to commodity association is one very integral part of agriculture that have been sidelined. So we're going to be looking at the roles of DEX officers, so we can actually get to understand this is how it's done. So when you find a particular aspect of agriculture not moving as it ought to be, you know who you are going to hold responsible regarding that. And of course, as usual, to do justice is the Vice President of All Farmers Association. Chief, now, basically, let's just start with this question. Who is a DEX, agricultural DEX officer?
Yeah. You see, in agricultural value chain, I really thank God because all the community associations has a DEX officer, mainly the approved community associations, like in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture or Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment. There is a DEX officer in charge of root and tuber, in charge of Irish potato, sweet potato, maize, cassava, and so on and so forth, and poultry. There's a DEX officer for a particular department, crops value chain. So I really like what they have done to make sure that there is such a avenue that we work with the farmers, the farmers association. So I, for one, for a cassava, there's a DEX officer, maize, there's a DEX officer, rice, there's a DEX officer, Irish potato, there's a DEX officer, sweet potato, there's a DEX officer. But what I noticed of recent is exactly their roles. Their roles are to coordinate, to discuss the strategy to be used for farmers every year. That's what we call a roadmap. Like in my own organization, we have a 10 years rolling plan that we have as a strategy that we use every year to do one thing or the other. And it is submitted to the DEX officer, to the PANSET, to the minister, to the director. But I tell you, since 5 years, nothing was happened in the Irish potato, sweet potato, DEX officer. I was asking, what is happening? Why is it there's no discussion, there's no meeting? We went there for meeting, discussed everything, tell them what we need and what the farmers need. But nothing for past 5 years. So I said, what is their role? I want to know. Now, what is their role? What are they doing? What are they doing? If there's nothing, let me know, because I have to speak, because I am the national president and vice president of all farmers. If we did not say, who will say it? We are the people to say it.
All right. Now, Chief, I just want to know what is the relationship between the desktop officer and farmers or all farmers association of Nigeria. I believe the RISE have the desktop officer, Potato Doors. What is the relationship? How is it like? What is the information mechanism now between the desktop officer and the local farmer in the farm?
Like now, what we normally do with our desk officer is to relate with him, tell him what we want, and he's the one that to package whatever to the director to Pansec to the minister. But nothing is like that. And why? I was talking with the director some days ago. I told me that there's no budget. No budget for 5 years for Irish potato, sweet potato. Can I believe that? So I want to just let the minister know that, and even the authority that we have, the federal government should know. If the desk officer said this kind of a thing, what are we talking about? There's no budget for this. Okay, tell me. We are talking about food security, nutrition security. There's no budget for 5 years. And why shouldn't we ask the role of a desk officer? If there is no budget, it's better to start from away. That is what we are talking. If there is no duty for them or no budget for this thing, why are they working? What are they doing?
All right, Natif. Now let's talk about the commodity officers now, the commodity association in general. I believe that there are some kind of way to work as a commodity. Every commodity has its association and how they relate. Is there a particular point where all the desktop officers of different commodity come together as a people so they can be able to brainstorm and share ideas on how to actually foster Nigeria's agriculture?
My brother, there is no way they have not done that. But that one is another message to be sent to the minister, the Pansec. Because you see, if I cannot reach my desk officer as he want you or discuss with him and see that things, look at now we are in the wet season all over the country. We are in the wet season. So what are we talking about? Are you telling me there's no budget for Irish potato, sweet potato, which I know about? We should know that. And we must ask questions. And the national president of an association should ask questions. The vice president of an association should say something. Because we are the umbrella body of the farmers. If we don't say that, who will talk? Nobody will talk. And the farmers will continue blaming us, saying this type of thing, that we are not doing the work. We are doing the work. But after doing the work, what next? The answer is no budget. And I learned that it must be something that I never understand, why there will be no budget and people are still saying they are working. What are they doing in the office? What are they doing? If there's no budget, there must be a budget. If there's no budget, let me know, because me, I'm working to the National Assembly on this issue. And I will follow it up to make sure that they must have a budget.
All right. Now, so still talking about how do you think we can actually strengthen this very issue now of making sure that DEX officers, agricultural DEX officers, are being taken very, very important? Because I believe for them to improve effectively, this is how. What is your suggestion as to how they should operate to actually?
Let me tell you, they are the grassroots that we, the Farmers Organization executives, work with. So their roles should start from us. They should ask us what we want for the wet season, the dry season, and the other seasons, and other things. We are to tell them what we want. And he is the one to carry to the director. Then the director to the Pansec, then the Pansec to the minister. Minister cannot say they see what is happening in the rural farmers. What they need, they don't know. But these people are the people who need to work with us. Do you know up till now, we are in almost 7 years in our office. The desk officer will be invited, they will not come. You will go there, they will tell you no budget. They are not working.
The desk officer seems to be a very integral part of agriculture, so that it's the bridge that communicates everything that has to do with the farmers down to the PAMSEC, even to the Minister of Agriculture. And this very office have been neglected. How and why?
Ask me why.
Is it that now the farmers have direct access to the minister?
It's a wrong ideas that they put there, which is the wrong idea. I don't know who have done that, but whoever have done it is not helping Nigeria, and it's not helping Nigerian people. We are talking about there's no food, there's no this. It's a lie. If they have worked with the desk officers to do the right thing, the needful, there will be a surplus food.
Okay. Basically, what does it take for one to be, now, in your own opinion, I believe you are not happy with the way the desk officers are actually working. In your own opinion now, what is the best way to actually, say, okay, this criteria is what makes a desk officer efficient? What makes a desk officer very, very an efficient desk officer?
Let me tell you, we have what we call strategic this thing. I told you we have a 10-year rolling plan. That 10-year rolling plan is what we do every year. So after all the this is what we normally do every year to give them what we want to do at this time, timing, this is this and this and that, this is that. This is what we do, this is what we do. And from there, we developed the whole thing that we have said and put it in a private way, pass it to the PANSEC, to the director. The director then pass it to the PANSEC. From the PANSEC now to the minister. They will do everything, send it back. That is the way to do. So that when it is time, the budget will be given based on what the farmers want.
So now, how has this lackadaisical attitude of the desk officers affected Nigeria's agriculture, most especially the food security issue?
I want to ask you, if there is no inputs for the farmers organization, for the farmers in the rural area, how can the input, what will they achieve? He says you are giving subsidy, nothing is happening. No fertilizer, no organic fertilizer, no fertilizer at all. Then no something like vines or seeds, good quality seed, nothing. You are not giving farmers anything. You are not even giving them opportunity to have a agent, somebody that will teach them, educate them on how to use chemicals and other things. Nothing. So how can the farmers produce very well? How can the food security we are talking about be achieved? I cannot be a national president of an organization or vice president of an organization. Nobody is talking. We must talk. We must say something. And what we are saying is the right thing. We're not talking about giving anything, but the people in the rural area should be affected. So I want us to look into it. If they have no job, they should be scrapped. That is my own opinion. They should be monitored. And that is what we monitored them severally. And before I said this, it is more than 5 years we suffered this. But today I started to say it. And I called the director, this is what is happening. He said that this problem has been existing for past 5 years.
All right, it's still your first agricultural TV station in the nation, the Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Television. Of course, we've been discussing the roles of agricultural desk officers to Commodity Association, and made to understand that the agricultural desk officers are saddled with the responsibility to create a bridge between the farmer on the farm and, of course, the executive who are in the helms of affairs when it comes to making decisions of agriculture. So you see that very role is quite important. Let's go on a short break. When we return, of course, we have none other but High Chief Daniel Okafor, the Vice President of All Farmers Association of Nigeria, and he's been the one really talking about. You could see the kind of passion, and of course, indeed, is really, really concerned about Nigeria's situation right now when it comes to food and the rest. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back. It's good to have you back on this station, the Agricultural Research Council of Nigerian Television. Of course, your first ever agricultural TV station in the country. And the program has been none other but Back to Farm, the program that is tailored towards making sure we all pick our holes and roll our sleeves and let's go to the depths so we can be able to feed our nation. As we speak right now, a cup of Gary. Gary that used to be something that basically you just take it as real for fun. Believe me, Gary is now one of the most expensive commodity. That is to tell you there is need why we all need to grab our first love, which is agriculture. And of course, before we went on that break, we've been discussing with none other but the Vice President of Farmers Association of Nigeria, High Chief Daniel Okafor, where he's been talking about the role of agricultural desk officers to commodity association, where he's really, really been passionately talking about this very issue. It's obvious that this is one of the lingering problems that has bedeviled the Agro Association of Nigeria or agriculture in general. Chief, welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
All right, Chief, aside from insecurity, aside from growth in population, aside from some factors that have actually affected Nigeria's agriculture, and there's more reason why the Gari I was talking about is quite expensive in the market, is because our population is rising by the day. A lot of factors affecting it. Could it be the lackadaisical attitude of the desk officers or the neglection of the agriculture desk officer is also one of the silent cause of why we find ourselves where we are today?
Yeah, it contributed.
Okay.
It
How?
may not. It
How?
may not be the all and all, but it contributed. Why do I say this? It is we that wear the shoes, know where it pitches off. It is the farmers. When you are making the policies, the farmers should be involved. And if they are doing the policy on their own, they are causing harm to the government, to the people of Nigeria. Food security cannot be achieved. This population we are talking about is a reality. It is not something that is going to change. More and more people are being born every day. I know some people are going, quite all right, but more is born. And what are we talking about? You say by how many years we are going to be up to 500 million. If the attitude continues with this, there will be no food security. And lots of people will enter into robbery, banditries, all this. They are the cause. Because if the people want to go to the farm and they are not secured, and they are not, nobody listening to them, they complain because even the insecurity that we are talking about, the tax officers should know and should work with us so that the ministry should know, because they are the voice of the voiceless. When we send a message to them, they should put the message correctly to the minister, the passage to the minister. So why are they doing? They are not doing it. They make their policy themselves. They do everything on their own, and they are saying that they are working. I am saying, continue saying, if they are not on this, if they are on this way, they should be scrapped up. We don't need them. Because he put somebody to work and he's not doing any work. He say budget, no budget. And Nigeria is making budget every year, and there's no budget for desk officer. For my own, I talk about the Irish potato and sweet potato because that is my constituency. So others can say they are doing good, but this our own. Why? They're not doing anything. Nothing. For past 5 years.
Okay, now, Chief, when last did you see the desk officer of Potatoes Association? When last did you have a meeting?
I said about some weeks ago. I was asking what is happening. He's the one that told me that there's no budget for past 5 years. And the same thing repeated today.
And we eat potato every day.
It's a struggle of the people. No budget. No thing was given to the people.
But was it there before, or it has never been there?
Formally, the way it is done, you see, they will give us to all the rural areas. They will give a small token of small bags of Irish potato seedlings or vines or some chemicals or some subsidies. They should do something that farmers should know. And nothing like that.
Okay.
Nothing. So people are worried.
Mm.
Let me tell you, talk about land clearing, which I asked you. Why? These people said we are going to do land clearing, this, and this, what are the names is going to be. What are you doing about it? How many people sent me an amount there to clear a land in Mangu? The amount to tractor should you work on it? This, and the lot of money. What did the farmers committed? Which offense did we committed that if you clear a land for us, you have done something to us?
You've reduced it.
We reduce the cost. Mm. So why are we talking about? Nigeria is not different from Kenya, Ghana, all these areas. Nigeria is not different. Farmers there is treated well. What of here? Mm. If we are not change maker, if we cannot say who we talk, farmers cannot come from Bangu or anywhere.
All right, Chief. Well, it's still your first agricultural TV station in the country, and of course, the program has been Back to Farm, where we've been talking with none other. I think on this note, Chief, your last words regarding this very issue. What do you expect now? The minister.
I want them.
Who are you to talk to right now so we can effectively have our agriculture desk officers boom back into action?
I want to talk to the minister in Pansec.
Okay.
Why I said they are the people that decide of what happens in the Ministry of Agriculture. Mm. So I want to say to them, they should try to do the needful, do the right thing to save this situation.
Well, what do you expect? This is a farmer who knows the game, who is in the forefront of making sure Nigerians sustains food and, of course, march forward to being food secured. Talking about none other but Vice President of Farmers Association of Nigeria, High Chief Daniel Okafo. He's passionately talking about his grievances. He's passionately relaying the message to those who are concerned so we can actually get our acts together. Of course, it's just like a slap on the wrist to say, get your home in order. On that note, a very big thank you for the crew members who made it possible. Buba, amazing producer and director as well. Many thanks for making sure the program fly as it ought to be. My name remains Joshua Ishaya. Thanking you for being a part of it. See you in the next episode. Bye for now.